good late night, 1 o'clock. They've been babysitting and they all went home. So we got. I guess I'll catch up on my sleep tomorrow if we have. We'll have some time off tomorrow. They voted on the kids vote. The kids voted on that mask today. I bet you. In the kindergarten, probably all wound up on the floor. And I know they went in with the mask on and then came out. It was in their backpack. So they kept up with it all day. But anyway, even the zealous mask Nazis, the one that turn you in if you're not wearing it. You know how it is when we were kids. Well, in grade school, they'd always leave somebody there to take names when the teacher left the room and turn you in. But even there, I think they're starting to tire of this thing. You know, it's just a natural thing to pull them off your face. Kids do it, you know. As soon as they got, you know, it's just natural. Pull it off, you know. It's a natural reaction. So anyway, we'll see how that all comes out. But it's not working down here in Alabama. I'm just telling you that. Now, I've seen in stores a lot of people, you know, people are just pulling them down, just not. Some of them will have them hanging on their ears and around their neck, and it's just not working out. But we'll see how it goes. Let's see. So, you know, what are we to do, you know, when faced with this, with what's coming down the road here, you know? Well, you know, I'll just be honest with you. I put one on. If I'm going to have to go in there and get some milk or get something to eat, have to go in and get something at the store, I'll put it on if I have to. But I got now where I just put it around. I got one of these. I just put it around your thing like that. Just walk in and leave my face open. You see, you're starting to see people at the grocery store, but you know, men, not pulling them up, you know. But so what do you do about all this, you know? Do we comply, or are we not going to comply? What are we going to do? Well, you know, Mary and Joseph, they had to go report to Bethlehem. You know, I think there was a census. They complied. You know, Jesus, let's say, yeah, Jesus said, "Render to Caesar those things of the Caesar." One other time, I believe he got some taxes and paid the taxes and stuff. He rendered to Caesar. So a lot of these folks say, "Well, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that." Well, everybody's got to follow their own conscience. But I think it comes from this thing about they think that this is the mark of the beast. So I just have made some friends. Every time I make a friend, they find out how I believe, and then they're gone, you know. But anyway, if you want to, somebody wants, you know, I've just seen some people that were all upset because they don't know whether they're going to be able to stand up to this mark of the beast, you know, and they're scared they're going to have it and lose their salvation. But anyway, I got a video, just one on this. The mark of the beast is in our past, Doug White. The mark of the beast is in our past, Doug White. And while you edit, you can look at it, look up the Great Tribulation is in our past, Doug White. The Great Tribulation is in our past 2, Doug White. The Great Tribulation is in our past 5. And you can keep on looking. The Great Tribulation is over. Wait. Just say, excuse me, let me start over. Say Great Tribulation. You don't have to say the. Just say Great Tribulation. Great Tribulation is in our past. But anyway, I got several of these videos up on the thing. But the main one I want you to look into is the mark of the beast is in our past. So it explains about how I think. I can't go over all the stuff. It's too involved. But the main thing about it is that it's in our past, and I tell you why I think it's in our past. And you don't have to worry about it. The brothers and sisters, we're not keeping him. He's keeping us. We're born into a family. It's something you can't, your names were written up there before the world started. See, this is why you don't have to worry about this so-called mark of the beast. Everybody's all scared to death. And you don't have to worry about it. If either your name's up there or it's not. You can't do anything about it being there. You see what I'm saying, brother and sister? That's wonderful, wonderful psychology if you learn it. Nothing you can do about it. From the foundation of the earth, it was written there, and God chose who he wants, and that's where it's going to be. So, let's don't worry about this mark of the beast, this taking this number and all this stuff like that. Because, look, nothing can separate you from the love of God. That'd be something to separate you. And also, that would be something of the will. I didn't take this mark. So that's will worship, say. We don't know what we did, brother and sister. I'm just telling you, I've been in all kinds of situations. And you're going to find out that you're a sinner. When God's going to show you sometime in this life that you're going to flop right on your face, and you're going to find out you're a sinner, and it's by the grace of God, his wonderful grace, and his rich mercy that we're here, that God has kept us alive this far. So, well, he done brought me this far. I'm not going to try to get myself, Look, Paul said, the good that I would do, evil is present with him. Paul had evil present with him. We got it present with us too, brothers and sisters. So no, don't worry about this thing about I know there's all these teachers all talking about it, and they got it all lined up how they believe it's going to happen. And but anyway, that's why you can look up Great Tribulation is in our past. I teach on that. But anyway, if you go and you look at that, you probably find a bunch more, and just find just look it up. Well, here's one. This is real good. Great Tribulation over and Martha. So I'm just saying I got several, about 10 or 12 of them on there to go into detail about why this thing about the Great Tribulation and the mark of the beast and all this stuff is in our past. Especially, there's one other place where it says, also the man of sin is dead. Yeah, I don't know if you can find that. The man of sin is dead and gone, or the man of sin is dead. I don't know if that's what it is, but anyway, everything's under Doug White. The man of sin was in the temple of God. Paul was talking to the man of sin. He said, don't you know I was with you? I told you these things. So he was talking to his audience about the man of sin. The man of sin is dead, brothers and sisters. He was talking to the first century audience. And he was sitting in the temple of God. The temple of God, they try to say that's us, and showing himself that he is God. No, he was in the temple that was still standing in the first century, brothers and sisters. This so-called man of sin in Thessalonians. He said, don't you know when I was with you, I told you about these things? Didn't want to mention the man's name. So all these things tell you that we have been taught a big fat lie. These people behind the scenes that told us the earth was a ball. You think they've left religion around, left that alone? No, they've been planning this. It was over, brothers and sisters. I'll tell you, if I got just a few minutes, I'll tell you about, he said in, I'm just rambling, but I'm telling you, he said in those three questions that were in, that his disciples asked him. One of them was, when will these things be? When shall these things be? That's the first question. The second one was, and what shall be the sign of that coming? And then the last question was the end of the world. The end of the world hasn't happened yet, brother and sister. He said that question was that's how they confuse everybody, say. No, well, the end of the world hadn't happened yet. We know that. No, that question, he said, that day will come as a thief in the night, say. That's a snare, say. So the end of the world, of course, it hadn't happened yet. Uh, it hadn't happened yet. But the first two things have taken place. And if you look at all my videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. He said, this generation, it's the these things question. These things question. Look up there. These things, all these things. And that these things were all these things. The temple being torn down, not one stone upon the other, great tribulation like never has happened. Look, we don't walk on housetops here. See? They said, flee the city. You know, all that language was to an audience that was in the first century, brother and sister. And he also said, there'll be some standing here that shall not taste death till all what? These things. There's the these things question, and there's the last question, which was the end of the world. Say, and everybody puts them all together, but no, that's not in our future, brothers and sisters. It's in our past. The Great Tribulation is over, brothers and sisters. So all these people that are scared and worried, y'all need to go out and look at some of my videos. I can't go over and over and over again. And, you know, but every time I get one done, somebody brings it back up. I see somebody scared and worried about it. No, brothers and sisters, Great Tribulation is in our past. Jesus said, this generation, not that generation. I mean, this, you don't change the English language. This generation is not going to pass till all what? These things. He answered the these things question. What were these things? These things were the temple being destroyed. Also, he said, these are the days of vengeance. But anyway, I got all kind of videos to talk about it. Those ladies, he said, these are the days of vengeance. Days, D-A-Y-S. Not, that's plural. But when it comes to the last day, that's singular say. And besides that, he's given us a ballpark figure here. Or he said, he said, this generation shall not pass. At the last day, you're not giving anything. On the last day, that can come as a thief in the night. He's going on a far journey, brothers and sisters. Say, he's going on a far journey. Not, and we're to watch and pray, and we pass it on down to the next generation, looking for the Lord Jesus like a snare, like a thief in the night. That's when he's going to come. He's not going to get, he's not, the first question was answered with a ballpark figure. This generation won't pass till these things be fulfilled. And if you look in some of my videos, you'll see that I'm telling you the truth, brothers and sisters. I just don't want you to be worried about it. They scared me to death for a long time. And all these preachers, I was sitting there watching the news saying, well, you know, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? No. But anyway, also the man of sin, he sat in the temple, showing himself that he is God. He was in the temple of God. That was a physical temple, not this so-called spiritual, you know, inside of us, you know. No, they have to change it and make it us. Why nobody standing inside of me showing himself that he was God? And Paul said to him, he said, look, what did Paul say to him? He said, don't you remember I was with you? I told you about this thing. Hint, hint. His audience was the Thessalonian church. And I'm just telling you, brother and sister, I'm just hoping that all this started out was I was trying to, I'm leaving it for my kids, you know, but so they can say, what did Granddad say about that, you know? They probably think I'm kidding, but they can look down. They go through all the brainwashing too, but they can look back and see what a Granddad said. You know, if they don't scrub them off the air, off the internet, but still, I got them all put here in paper form. But anyway, I got to get out of here. I just wanted to talk about those things, and not very sharp because I hadn't had any coffee and fixing to go to bed. But anyway, just wanted to say this one thing. I hope I might make another. Who knows? Peace and love, Miss Old Boy down here in Alabama.